Alrighty. We've made it to our destination today. Alright, before you guys wonder, what the heck is going on? It's not you, it's me. My audio was a little, still playing with a new mic, still have a little bit of troubles. I apologize. I'm not perfect. I know you guys are asking me, I'm checking out this stuff here. Some of you guys are getting into the gate operators and whatnot. So let's go over this. We're doing a loop. I'm going to kind of explain to you how a loop works, the problems you run into. One of the issues today is I was not expecting us to run into this gravel. I didn't prepare for this. I don't have this on my list. So I should have definitely put a shovel. Mr. Caleb's getting it though. He's getting it. Look at that. Oh yeah. He's confident. He's confident. So we're getting the crate cleaned off. We're going to start getting things prepped. I'll show you when we get into it. What we got going on this beautiful day. Okie dokie. And here we are. So my thought process on this is we're going to, do you know who that was? I don't know who that was. So what we're going to do is we can't be any closer to this gate than 6 foot. The loop. We got our trusty chart. If you guys ever need this chart, let me know. Works great. So I did, as we had Mr. Caleb do 6 foot. Where's our marks, Chief? Oh yeah, I see it. Barely. Got a mark there. So now we know this is our boundary. We can't go any closer than 6 foot to this gate out. The reason being is because when we make this loop, we're actually going to be making a hemisphere of electricity, and it will detect metal. And I want you to detect that gate when it closes and kick the gate open. So what we're going to do is we did 6 foot away from that gate. What we're going to do is about another foot, and then we'll start making our loop. I'll take you guys along. You'll see. Let's see what kind of damage we've done here. So basically, remember, we went 6 feet off, added another foot, so 7 foot we went away from the gate. When you do your corners, you got to do 45s. Made ourselves a little path. Over here, I like to check. A little trick I've learned over the years, I check this out first, make sure there's no wires in here. What I like to do is I like to shove the conduit kind of under. So if somebody comes here and stabs with a knife, or not a knife, a shovel, which I've seen them do, this one's still getting a top coat. Get that wire, that conduit in there. Isn't really a good way to protect in this area that I found. So get your wire, get it kind of looped in there, get it going. Bring the conduit, you bring it up, something similar to that. This one's going to be 15 by 4, so it's 4 foot this way, 15 this way. Mr. Caleb thinks he's got it deep enough. We use some 14 gauge thin from just Lowe's, Home Depot. Nothing fancy. Hopefully we got enough. Do our wraps. Like I said, we're going to bring it from that cabinet. We're going to go around 3 times. Bring it back up the last end of it. And we're going to be looking pretty good. Looking good. I'm loving it. We're going to try a new product too, so kind of wait to the end. You'll see. We're going to try a new product out. At least for me. Popsicle stick. This little device I've always had. Alright, let me jump in here for a minute. The popsicle stick, because I didn't describe it very well. Popsicle stick is to help push the wire down. It's so you don't mar it up. Over the years I've used screwdrivers, and if you push too hard you can actually nick the wire, which obviously then you're into copper, and then eventually when water and the weather and that gets into it, it'll start corroding. Basically your loop will fail sooner, prematurely basically. So that little metal thing doesn't have any sharp edges on it, and then also a popsicle works just fine. I like to use it, especially when I'm working with other people, because they have a tendency to not understand. They don't want to nick that wire. So it's very important to be careful with the wire when you're putting it in, to try to not nick it at all. So be careful out there. Oh, come on. All right, you guys, here's the moment we've been waiting for. This is a completely new product to me. Got it through Amazon. I wanted to try it out. Basically, it's tar in a strip. So Caleb's going to start unwinding it wherever he wants to start. So what we think, assuming here, this is the sticky side. This is probably the side you burn with the old propane tank. Don't know. No experts here. But that's what we're going to try. So this is a good place to explain what's going on. We had to come after the fact here, so I gooped this in. The problem with the sealant that we use, the goop that we buy, is it'll track. Now here it really doesn't matter because, like I said, all this is getting skimmed over again. But I gotta put everything blows away here right now. So windy. So I apologize for the wind. So I gooped this, right? And that was fine when I did this because I know this is getting another coat. They weren't driving on it for a couple days. It dried. It's fine. I'm used to that product. Problem is that stuff is pretty expensive. I think this stuff was around $50 for a 50-foot roll, roughly. What I'm concerned about is adhesion, and I'm concerned that it's going to cave in the groove. I think a way to combat that is you can buy some, I think it's like expandable foam that they use for concrete that you can shove in there, but we don't have that today. And I think I wanted to really just kind of give this a try. We do have wider, so this is, I think this is like 1.5 inches. I want to see how he fights it. And we have 4-inch. We have 4-inch wide, so we might go over it twice. Like I said, I didn't really care because here it's getting top coated again, so you won't ever see this again. So this is the time to do all this. All right. So where we're at, got this 1-inch. Oh. I really put the heat on her, and you can see it's caving in, which I was worried about. But I got good adhesion with a lot of heat. So what we've decided to do is we're going to take the 1.25. I don't know what this stuff was.
I think it's 1 inch.
Is it 1 inch?
I think so.
So we're going to take the 1 inch and we're actually pushing it in here for right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over it with the 4-inch. Empty? Not empty. So it might be a good option if you're in a trafficked area where you can't let it sit for a couple days and dry. This might be a good option. Otherwise, the old goop might still be the way to go. The problem I've had with the goop before too, especially like right over here, I call it glue. If I get a chance, I'll put a picture up. Is I've had where it'll run off here badly. It'll just keep running out unless you block it, like with dirt or something like that. Or if you're on a really unlevel terrain, I've had that before too. So this might just be another option. Let's see, I kind of hit it light here, but it still can come up. I hit it light just to see if it would grab. And then I really cooked her right there and she went right into the hole, to be expected. So a little torch, propane. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have a fire extinguisher. That was one thing I didn't have on my list. This thing actually works pretty good. I made this a long time ago. I don't remember if I made it in class. I think I made it at work. This works good for getting that down in there though.
No.
Oh, I could have gave you. Or, no, I lied. I don't have it on me. All right, so looking back, I was a little bit nervous. You know, sometimes what you don't see in the video is that we're exhausted from bending over and cutting. And I was a little bit nervous. The tar was a little bit tacky. And I was trying to think of the concept of tar. And I thought, you know, like they do on the roads, right? When they put that tar coat down, they always put gravel down. So in my head, I just had this envision that a car was going to pull on it and indent it or rip it off. And I thought if we put a little bit of dirt on it for right now, it would keep it so it wasn't sticky, kind of like duct tape. You know, if you throw sand on duct tape, it loses its stickiness. So that was kind of my thought process. I kind of did a last minute panic. Looking back, I really don't think I needed to do that. So you guys are kind of seeing the product, the good or bad. It's, I don't know, I'm on the fence about it. I'm kind of watching the video with you. And we did some repairs in those low spots. I just wanted to show you kind of how it went. And I don't know, I'm still on the fence. So maybe you guys can comment if you think you like it, you don't like it. You like the goop or the glue, I call it, that you put in the lines. I think that's cleaner, but I think this could be a faster solution if you had traffic that had to get on it right away. And like I said, they're putting a top coat. When I mean a top coat, they're putting a whole nother 1.5 inch layer over that of asphalt. You will never see this again. So that's why I thought this would be a perfect time to experiment. I didn't also like how it was burning when you're burning the tar. It was burning the asphalt too, and it looked, I don't know, it looked a little bit dirtier than what I wanted it to. So I don't know, let me know what you think. Okay, so this is going to be the second day, number 2. We went back the second day, and we ended up putting the outside loop on. So this is a good comparison. We did the outside loop with the goop, so it's going to look thinner. Inside, you know, where we caulk it in, basically. So we did the wires, we caulk in the goop, the glue, and then the other one's the tar that we actually blowtorch. So you're going to see a comparison between the two. I like it right when it gets to about where the gate is, because you can see them kind of side by side, and it just gives you kind of a good idea what you're dealing with.
We're looking good.
Nice. And there you go. There's some basics on loop detectors for gate operators. If you guys have any questions, try to email me. For some reason, I am not seeing comments that well through my phone. They don't pop up like they used to on the old Samsung. The old Apple likes to block you. It doesn't like to, so I have to dig for them. I have to kind of like click on them every once in a while, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's comments. So I really apologize if you guys comment. I love reading your guys' comments. I try to go through them when I upload videos, kind of somewhat quickly, but sometimes there's people that come in about 2 weeks later or so, and I miss them. So if you really have a question about product or just a question, I love helping you guys. Any one of you, even if you're new here, you're welcome. Ask. I have no problem. But I'll put in my email. My email's normally the best. I normally don't reply like super fast, but it's there. And I normally will at least get a notification, and then I put it in the old memory brain, and then I go, okay, later today I have to answer this, or I do it tonight. While I lay in bed and I do nothing but watch silly YouTube videos. No, you know what I mean. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy. If you don't mind, hit the like button on the way out. Become a subscriber. You're more than welcome. It's free of charge. I won't charge you nothing. I promise. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are, and stay safe. And just remember, keep on smiling, because life is short. See you on the next one.